Hey, this is Jasper. So, welcome to my first video cast. I'm so excited. Today I'm showing you some pictures from Bohemian Carnival and Fou Fou Ha. And I hope you enjoy those. And you'll also be listening to an interview I did with Trix. It's a very interesting discussion about male femininity. So, enjoy.
I do, but
Uh-huh.
sort of in my everyday life,
Yeah.
it doesn't come up
Do
for
you
me.
have good or bad associations with masculinity?
Um,
Or probably mixed.
I have
But,
I have mixed, but when somebody asks me these questions,
uh-huh.
I have to reflect and be like, oh, I probably mostly have bad identification.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's interesting because I do. I terribly do. I'm phobic. I'm phobic of masculinity. So I can't go there. I can't be masculine.
Right. I think
So.
I think part of my challenge has been trying to find a non-repulsive definition of masculinity for myself.
How about, so what do you think if I use the term hegemonic masculinity? What do you think of that? Because that's from a sociologist.
Right.
Yeah, so I said there's alternative forms of masculinity, but there's hegemonic masculinity, which is aggressive and domineering. And,
right.
Does that resonate with you? Because I got totally beaten up by the hegemonic masculinity kids, right?
Right.
So I got policed through my entire junior high school and high school years.
Right, and I think the definition of masculinity that I have has sort of been beaten into me.
Beaten into you?
Yeah.
How?
Sort of just my relationship with males has been largely defined by this maybe hegemonic masculinity.
Yeah, really?
And sort of in my
Do you
relationship.
have trouble bonding with men?
I have a lot of trouble with bonding with men.
Me too.
I actually I just got married.
I have one guy friend.
I just got married, and a friend of mine offered to have a bachelor party for me.
Oh, wow.
In a way that he promised me would be within my own sort of desires.
Right.
Fairly non-hegemonic masculine.
Yeah, right. Alternative masculinity.
Right, and despite his promise that it would be okay for me, I had tremendous fear going into it.
Okay.
Hanging out even with a group of men who I'm friends with, let alone within this sort of context of bachelor party.
Well, we're all guys. We're all guys.
A lot of anxiety for me.
Yeah, those are the groups we were thrown out of. Right?
That's kind of true.
Yeah. So, and how early did it manifest with you? I mean, because I don't remember having any problem with boy or whatever until junior high school. I didn't have a gender identity before then, I think, in a way.
Yeah. I don't know. For a long time when I was young, I was afraid of girls.
You were afraid of girls, right.
But
Until how old? When did you get over your fear?
Oh, like high school.
Yeah, okay, me too. Me too.
But I actually don't think that I sort of found safe haven in hanging out with my sort of guy friends either. I felt like more like anxiety about sort of the other sex, but not comfort in sort of hanging out with my own sex. And so
oh, and you still have that discomfort with women as well?
No.
No, okay.
No, I feel safer around women.
Do you feel feminine at all? Is that would you mind it if I say you're a feminine male?
No, I wouldn't mind it, and you also wouldn't be the first to tell it to my face.
Yeah, okay. To tell it to your face, like an insult. I find it a compliment, so congratulations.
Right.
I found when I was identifying as a straight male, I just hated people trying to out me all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's like, oh, you're really gay. You're really gay.
Yeah.
Everybody has this story, right? They have no slot for a feminine male other than as a gay man. That's the only way they can make sense of it.
Yeah, that actually is appropriate for sort of my context in the world.
How is it appropriate?
It's
oh, you are a gay male.
No. Most of my close friends thought I was gay when they first met me, and actually for a fairly long time until they were comfortable enough to.
Even though you told them you weren't.
Yeah.
They still thought you were.
Yeah.
Exactly. He hasn't come out yet. He's in the closet. I mean, okay, just one moment. So this is very interesting. I'm going to fill up some time here because Trix has to go get his cappuccino or whatever it is. I find this really fascinating. Very fascinating in that we have so much in common, I think, of feminine males in the society, but it's a story that is not told very often. So isn't it interesting to have this story told? The story of the feminine males. I mean, have you ever seen your experience reflected in print or in media?
No, I don't think so. I think I feel like it's a common phenomenon.
Totally.
That
but it's completely invisible because they label us fags. I mean, and I use the fags. I'm using that in a progressive term, but they're labeling us gay and then not having to deal with the issues, the cognitive dissonance of there actually being feminine males who are also straight. I mean, they just can't make those slots fit together in their heads.
Yeah, and I actually think that there are also other types of hyperbolic labels that sort of...
Hyperbolic? What does that mean?
Meaning like grandiose kind of labels.
Oh, hyperbole.
That men, either like us or with similar characteristics as us, get sort of pushed into those categories in order for culture maybe to feel more in control of sort of a man that doesn't fit into gender stereotypes.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And it can be made light of or something like that.
Yeah, made light of. You're the butt of jokes. In movie stereotypes, right?
Right.
Yeah, you do have kind of these obsequious, a lot of time it's the pervert stereotype in the movies. You know, that the serial killer has some feminine.
Right.
It's like, that's pretty sick, actually. That's really sick. I didn't really think about that, but and it's also a bit of an American phenomenon. I mean, I lived in Holland, and they didn't have it as much.
Right.
Yeah, and they didn't get hazed in school either. The boys. So the femboys, they were just intellectuals, and they had a place. They had a slot in the school system for intellectuals, so that they didn't let them over to the tender mercies of the bullies. Basically, they never ceded control of their schools in some sense to the bullies.
Right. Maybe because there's less of a Hollywood or professional sports sort of ideal.
Yeah, it's sports. I mean, those are the little fraternities, the sports teams. Those are the power structures of the high school that I went to.
Right, but I think even maybe the sports ideals get reflected in the Schwarzenegger, Stallone.
Yeah, so you see that. Yeah, sports ideals, masculine.
Yeah.
Masculine ideology, maybe. So, I find those very damaging. That form of masculinity. So I'm an activist against. To create another direction, a social possibility for men to be feminists and to be, to be feminist,
right,
and to reject that false ideology of masculinity, and to still have a social place, without being castigated and thrown out, right?
Right, and having our own sort of groups of people to hang out with, but to be fluid and be
and it would be also nice to have it across the homo-hetero binary as well. That it really doesn't matter who you sleep with. Femmen,
right?
That we don't have to have a straight femmen group and a gay femmen group. That kind of stuff is just not where we need to go for the future. I think.
I agree.
To reproduce those binaries. Okay, so let's call it. It's very interesting. I'm sure there's many more things we could talk about, but let's call it a wrap. So thank you, and say goodbye to the audience.
Goodbye, everybody.
Okay, bye from Jasper.